there, lovely people. You're still tuned into Culture Daily, the headquarters of all swanky content. My name is Isofa, and it's time for unpacking. You know, we usually bring you stories, but today we're switching it up a little for a great conversation. I have some reps from the Global Media Alliance who are going to tell us about World PR Day. Did you know about World PR Day? I had no idea. But if you know anything about public relations, you know that they are the people that are able to turn the West into the best and highlight and, you know, make the best even better, even though the best is literally the best. But I have two amazing people who came in with great energy this morning. I have Eko Kwanzi. Did I pronounce it well? Great. Head of Public Relations, Global Media Alliance, and of course, the amazing, energetic Sadat Laminu, Communications Consultant. You're welcome this morning to Culture Daily.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, so let's get into it. Where did World PR Day start from? Was there an international thing that Global Media Alliance decided to take up and make a thing in Ghana, or you started it?
So it's actually a global thing.
Okay.
So this was 4 years ago when, you know, we've been practicing PR since 1900. Wow. But we've not had a day to celebrate it. So 4 years ago, the whole industry came together to kind of have a day to celebrate, like the way we have World whatever day, World Disney Day. We also wanted to have World PR Day, just to make sure that the profession is respected, so for public policy people to understand exactly what the profession is. And basically, you know that a country's reputation is built on good PR.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
So you know what, let's take it back a bit for some people who might not have a broad idea about what public relations is. So in celebrating Public Relations Day, what is it and what exactly are we celebrating?
Okay, so we are celebrating the successes and then the excellence of practicing PR.
Okay.
So what that also means is we want to show the generation that's coming after us that this is a profession that you obviously can take and use it to make an impact in society. So some of the things that we've done over the years is to even have a mentorship session for students across the various communication universities that we have in Ghana. We also bring together a lot of practitioners. I mean, between Sadat and myself, we have over 20 years of experience of practicing PR. So how can we make sure that we give back to society what we've learned from the profession? So it's basically about that, and also obviously to let people know we did.
You did, definitely. I love that. Now, what are some of the activities that would usually take place? I'm not talking about like what to expect this year, but in the past 4 years of celebrating World PR Day, what are some of the activities that take place? And is there any sensitization of the public to let people know more about PR?
So I've observed Global Media Alliance for a very long time. I've worked there before.
Okay.
So in the past, what I've discovered they do, which is really very impactful, is organizing master classes, you know, on specific themes, you know, that of relevant to the industry and the timing we find ourselves in. So there was a master class, for instance, on AI. You know, there was a master class on sustainability, you know, and tomorrow, for instance, there'll be another event happening to sort of, as part of activities to celebrate the World PR Day. I think there's been some form of intentionality, you know, in ensuring that the world hears about PR, Ghana hears about PR, and understand the true value of PR and what we do as industry people.
Definitely. Now, I hear a conversation about AI in there. We'll get into that. But I want us to talk about perception.
Okay.
Right? When it comes to PR, people just feel like PR people have a magic wand. True or false? Am I lying? It's like something bad can happen and you go like, get me a PR guy. Or like, get me someone who is amazing at PR. Something bad can happen and go like, oh, this one, if you get a PR guy, he can fix it for you.
He'll clean it up.
Is it, first of all, is it that easy? And what are some of the things that go into cleaning up bad situations?
I think PR goes beyond cleaning up.
Great. Okay, tell us more.
So yes, I agree, we clean up literally almost all the time. And we are able to change perceptions. But what we do is build perceptions,
Okay.
right? And it's a whole process. So let's take, for instance, maybe...
Chef Smith.
Oh, you know that's what I want to talk about. So I mentioned it. Let's take the Chef Smith, situation as a case study.
Okay.
If you had to clean it up, hopefully we don't give many ideas, but if you had to clean it up, what would that process be like?
So typically, a PR person will before he even goes live with the whole cookathon, right? There will have been a strategy. That's number one. So the strategy is end to end before he does the cookathon, before even the announcement of his intentions, right? Up until he making it known to the general public. And even when he starts the cooking experience, there's a whole strategy to it.
Yeah.
So as part of the strategy, there is something we develop called risk mitigation plan.
Oh, okay.
So the risk mitigation plan basically is you anticipating
All the scenarios.
possible negative scenarios
Okay.
and having the solution way ahead of time.
So just in case it happens,
Exactly.
you are ahead.
You are ahead.
Oh, right.
So that's what we do as PR people.
Okay.
So if he had a PR team, they would have probably envisaged some of these scenarios and they've probably had possible solutions to them.
Yeah.
And those scenarios, we actually rate them.
Okay.
High risk, low risk,
Medium.
like all of that.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So before we even clean up,
Okay.
under normal circumstances, we'll have probably had solutions. But most often than not, people do not do that. So when you have a situation like that, you see them running helter-skelter,
Yeah.
right? But if they were either a strategy in place, like all of these things probably wouldn't have escalated to where it has gotten to.
So if I'm getting you right, it's ideal to have PR people at the beginning of, if it's a project, if it's a show, in the beginning, rather than waiting for things
For
to
the
go
end.
sideways before.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Wait.
So most often than not, we have a situation where you are called in the middle of a crisis
Yeah.
to come clean it up, which usually is something that we do, and we do it so very
You charge
well.
more for it.
So typically, it depends on the
I
scenario.
think you should.
It's premium. It's
You should,
premium.
It's a
because
premium service.
because why would you go and start a fire when you know you don't have an extinguisher and now be looking for someone else to clean up that mess? But anyways,
Exactly.
moving on.
Yeah. So typically, when you come to us with such a scenario, which is premium, which means assuming I have several other clients, I need to put them on hold and concentrate on you.
Yeah.
And that situation becomes really very difficult because you didn't involve them from the beginning to sort of understand where you are at, but because we are professionals in our own right, we are able to sort of help the situation.
Okay.
And it involves a lot, to be honest with you. And it can be, most PR people don't like crisis,
Yeah.
because it gives you lots of
Anxiety, adrenaline, like,
yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
But it's
crazy.
exciting
At the same time.
at the same time, because you seeing a very terrible situation getting cleaned up to a level that is appreciable is gratifying as a professional, right? So that's a satisfying aspect of it.
Yeah.
But apart from that, it takes a lot, from doing social listening, just to get the sentiment of the situation online.
Yeah.
And also doing media listening, what is the media saying about it, right? So you have to get all of these information together, to sort of let you sort of appreciate the steps that you need to take to ensuring that. But there is a problem.
Okay.
There are instances where some clients and personalities, they have panic attacks when negative things are said about them.
Yeah.
They panic.
Yeah.
Usually the advice is that for us as professionals, you calm down.
Calm down.
Right?
Okay.
So that if the situation was said on 3 Music, right, and probably hasn't escalated to other networks, right, if you want to correct it, approach 3 Music. Don't shout from the mountaintop. You might harm your brand.
Yeah.
Anyway, basically...
I get that. I think you've given us like a great breakdown.
Yeah.
Now, let's get back into, World PR Day. Some of the, highlights. I think the theme for this year is the future of PR in a changing world.
Yeah.
And in a changing world, we're in the world of AI.
AI, yeah.
And so I get the imbibing of the AI, but is there a conversation where AI is in any way affecting PR that you're trying to save, or it's rather helping?
It's really helping us because our job is always on a goal. So normally, and we put a lot of presentations and plans together.
Okay.
Because in PR, anything you have to do has to be strategic.
Yeah.
And for you to be strategic, you need to plan. You need to put it in a document. So, and that's one of the things, one of the quarrels I have with my music friends. It's always about Chale yenkoye.
Yeah, they
no
want it
plan.
fast.
What is the expected outcome of some of these things? So for us, we do a lot of plans, presentations, strategy sessions, and with AI, it's so good for us because we have an AI platform where you can just put in the prompts. So the prompts are your questions that you want to put in the prompts, and then it will generate the kind of presentation you want. And then you have to humanize it. So humanizing it is maybe you are doing it for a sofa, and then a Sophie, right?
It's so
A
far.
sofa.
That's it, right?
Yes. But the AI has mentioned Ifua. So then I have to make sure that it speaks to you directly.
AI does that to my name sometimes.
So it has really come to really help us. And for us in our daily work, AI gives us the framework of how a plan or a presentation should be like. Because sometimes you have to sleep over and over and over and think about how you are going to structure your presentation to make sense.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that if, when you guys go for your quarterly meetings and then things, your bosses will have to do a presentation that will make sense to you.
Yeah.
So it helps you to structure that kind of presentation. And for us, it's really a good thing. It has not taken anybody's job.
Okay.
I think the basic things that probably to take is, let's say, writing a media story.
Okay.
But the thing is, if you have good audience, they can tell this is an AI press release.
I think
So
I
you see things like navigate, leverage, what else? Then some other English that you can clearly see this is an AI written press release. So that's why we as professionals, we come in to humanize that press release to make more sense to that target audience.
and appeal to
Appeal to the target audience too as well. So for us, it has really come to help us.
Okay.
I say it's another layer of Google search.
Yes, I think
honestly,
I agree with you.
Honestly.
I think I agree with you. Now, there's also a partnership with Women in PR Ghana for the AI Masterclass.
Exactly.
What's that initiative about as well?
So with Women in PR, so they are championing empowerment of women in practicing PR. So they've done a very fantastic job over the past 8 years or 10 years. So
Wow, it's a long time.
yeah, it's a long time. So we years ago we started having a good partnership with them. In terms of how we can build and help them support women, because the field of PR is crazy.
Oh, the little you've shared, I can tell.
It's very crazy, and it is. I would say that it is favorable to women at a certain point or at a certain age. But when you get to a certain stage, it's something that's very difficult because as a woman, obviously you have a family, you have to take care of the family. But here you are dealing with crisis, and the crisis will come around 11 p.m.
Hey, which crisis is that?
So that is a man. So he can wake up. But if you're a woman, for instance,
you have a family.
You have family, and the next morning you are coming to work. So how are you going to navigate all these things and make sure that you still have your job, you're still delivering, and you're still having results? So that's why we partner with them to take them through some of the AI tools that are available for them to use, basically.
In order to make the work easier
for them.
Fasting things. That's a very brilliant one. Now let's talk about tomorrow. The main festival is taking place tomorrow. What are some of the main things to expect, and who is invited and who is not invited?
I'll leave that to
Okay. Everybody is invited. You just have to register via a Google link. So when you go to our Global Media Alliance Instagram page, LinkedIn, Facebook, you see the link, you just register and then you come. Tomorrow we are blessed to have our keynote speaker being Edward Boateng.
Okay.
So those of you guys who don't know Edward Boateng, so when it comes to pioneering CNN in Africa, he's the man who championed it across the continent. And we are very fortunate to have him tomorrow to share his views on shaping the African narrative. So yeah, he's our keynote speaker. And then we also have the Minister of Information also coming. And then we have Madam Sophia Kujoji, who is the comms chief at Jospon Group of Companies as well. And then we have the CEO of Ghana Tourism Authority, Akwesi Agyeman.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Finally, well, I want to know the time and location.
Okay, so the time is 10 a.m. tomorrow at Ghana Shippers Authority. They have a very fantastic auditorium. It has everything, like what we always say, multi-purpose.
Okay. I get that.
Yes.
So they have that.
Yes, so we are hosting the whole summit there. And tomorrow, we are also launching what we call the World PRD Festival Jam Playlist.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So last year we did with Boomplay.
Okay.
So it's basically to give us artists that have leveraged PR in promoting their music. So tomorrow we are doing the 2.0 version of that. Yes. We are doing two. One for the known artists and then one for the next generation.
The next gen.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful. Now, how do people leverage on the information? Like, what exactly would they be getting when they come there, and will it be applicable? Because usually when you come for some of these things, people just tell you, you know, nice stories, and then you go home and you're like, so where do I start from?
Yeah. So thankfully, the people who will be speaking tomorrow, I've had the privilege of working with directly and indirectly with some of them.
Okay.
And these are industry monchos. They are good at this PR work. And they are going to be as practicable as they can be.
Okay.
And they will break down very similarly complex scenarios and situations into snackable versions that you can easily understand.
I love how you speak. Snackable versions. I get it. It's not a lot to consume. It's just, you can take it as and when.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
great.
I mean, for even the layman who probably doesn't even understand it, when you come to, because I witnessed last year's and the year before, and like I said, those who are speaking tomorrow, directly and indirectly, I have had the privilege of seeing them in action and even working with some of them. So expectations are that when you come, don't assume because it's World PR Day, they're going to speak jargons and things that you wouldn't understand. Exactly. So, and there's also an opportunity for you to ask questions.
Okay.
You know, and there is a network opportunity too for you as well.
Yeah, that's an important part.
I mean, for us as PR people, one of our, our currency really is network.
Yeah.
You know, so there's an opportunity for you to network with industry big boys and girls, you know, and just make an impact for yourself, and then what you've chosen to do as a person.
As a person.
Exactly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Thank you so much, Eko and Sadat, for coming on to Unpacking and enlightening us about PR. Don't call any PR person when there's crisis, please, we beg you. Call them at the beginning. And if you want to know more about PR, of course, the World PR Day is taking place tomorrow at the Ghana Shippers Authority. Yeah. Right, yes, at 10 a.m. prompt. Make your way there and learn more about PR and know how to go about, you know, all the public relations issues that are happening with you. The creatives especially, I'm calling you, make your way there because you know you need this, but you are sitting at home and you are watching me and you have decided not to go. Change your mind. Thank you once again. My name is Sofa. Up next, we have Sports Direct, followed by Trending Live, and then we'll get into the big room for the big conversation. I'll see you later.